Come on in.
She was right about you.
Who's that?
My mother.
Seat. No, on my lap.
Huh?
Come and sit on my lap.
Are you fucking kidding me?
If you want the therapeutic process to be effective, you must trust me.
Do you know who I am? Do you have any idea how much money I make?
I know all about you, and none of that matters, because inside, aren't you really just a frightened little boy?
Oh, Santa, I'm so fucked up.
Have you been naughty or nice this year?
Naughty. I've been naughty. And not just this year, every year, for years and years.
There.
Oh, I cheated my way through school. I lied to get my job. I screwed everybody to get to the top. My tax returns are a work of complete fiction. And worst of all,
None of this matters.
I haven't told you the worst yet.
But none of it matters.
I'm paying you to listen to me.
You're paying me to relieve you of the psychological afflictions that hinder you from being everything that you could possibly be.
You don't know what's wrong with me.
Sure I do. You're a very naughty boy. And for Christmas you get coal.
You're a quack.
What?
You're a nut. My mother sent me to a nut.
I most assuredly am not a quack. As you can see, I spent the last several years earning my PhD.
This degree's only a few years
It
old.
took a long life of various wrong turns and setbacks to discover my true calling, helping troubled minds.
You just gave me a 2-minute diagnosis of naughty. I'd say you're the troubled mind.
Aren't we all? But I've dealt with my problems. Will you?
Sitting on a grown man's lap?
It's a childhood regression therapy that I pioneered. Please, you must trust me. I helped your mother. Let me help you.
Mom does seem more stable than she's been in years.
You've been having intimate relations with your sister.
What? Oh, God, did Mom tell you that?
Very naughty.
That was long ago. We stopped. I'm married, and my wife is pregnant with our first child.
Do you still lust for the sister of yours?
No.
When you are being intimate with your wife, it is this sister that you imagine.
No.
Don't you dare lie to me. Then why are you here today?
How can you help me?
I spent the better part of my life consumed by unnatural lusts. I never aspired to do anything, try anything. No, everything I did was in service to these unwholesome desires. I only worked hard enough to get by, to survive.
These unnatural lusts, they didn't involve grown men sitting on your lap, did they?
Finally, I hit bottom. I found myself drunk one Christmas Eve with a loaded gun to another man's head.
What?
That man saved my life.
A loaded gun?
Yes, he saved my life. I can only believe that he was an angel sent to guide me down the path. Yes, so you see, you can be assured that whatever transgressions you've made against the mores of society might have been far worse. Yet here I am today, a changed man. I now know the true way. I exist only to help others. I have channeled my sexuality into a loving and pure relationship with a wonderful woman who is in every way my equal.
I do not want to hear about your sexuality,
But
Santa.
you must, don't you see? It is these perverse needs that have kept us, both you and I, from being the men we truly are, the good men, the pure men, men who embody the Christmas spirit.
I think I want to get off your lap.
Don't sit. Tell Santa what you want. Tell Santa what you truly want.
I want a normal life.
A normal life, and what's that?
Well, it's...
I'm listening.
it's...
Don't be afraid. Tell me.
I don't know. Isn't that messed up? I don't even know what I want. I want to stop thinking about her.
Your sister.
Yes.
Why?
Because it's wrong. It's sick.
So stop.
If I tell you, don't think about a rhinoceros, what's the first thing you think
I'll
of?
do the therapy here.
I've tried to focus more on my wife. All I end up doing is comparing her to her.
And?
My wife comes up short.
I see.
So I don't see how this childhood, whatever therapy, regression bullshit can help me want my wife more and her less.
It's not bullshit! I spent an entire life creating that method.
But your degree's only up.
You must trust me.
Then how am I supposed to do that?
Your father left when you were very young.
Did my mom tell you everything about me?
Thus, you have great difficulty in trusting father figures such as myself. And paradoxically...
Enough mumbo jumbo, Santa. Just tell me what I have to do.
Normally this process takes a long, intensive work. But for you, they'll speed it along. Perhaps the problem is your wife?
Huh?
Maybe if she were more appealing, more attractive, more sensual.
My wife is hot. I make a mint. She's a fucking trophy wife.
Well, where's your consolation prize?
There is nothing wrong with my wife.
Except that you don't want her. Yeah. It takes great courage. Great courage to admit when things aren't working. Take me, for example. As I said before, I spent a better part of my life devoted to exclusively my own needs. Women rejected me. They taunted me. They belittled me. The only woman that I was ever with were utterly lacking in self-esteem or paid whores. The diseases I contracted.
Ew.
Yeah. But when the right woman came along, suddenly it all made sense. I was at that time a practicing psychiatrist, helping others, but she saw through my portly frame and into my kindly soul. She was the woman I had always dreamed of. A curvy figure, an amazing rack, and you would not believe the breasts on this woman. And sexually, she had no inhibitions. Really, unlike young women, she was willing to engage in the most intense, daring, and acrobatic sexual feats. Things that would make other women blush to contemplate. Oh, she was singularly a most creative and filthy mind. Your mother is an amazing... I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that.
You're the guy fucking my mother?
Love.
You're her shrink. Oh! Oh! Doesn't that violate all of your professional ethics?
Who are you to speak to me of ethics, sister fucker?
You son of a...
By recreating childhood trauma and facing our worst fears.
What are you even talking about?
Why don't we speak honestly?
What have we been doing up until now?
Until you find someone that you want to fuck more than your sister, you will never be free of this obsession.
But it's wrong. It's sick.
And isn't that the best part?
No. But, I mean,
Well, that'll be all.
maybe.
Okay. Shall we schedule you for, let's say, 2 weeks?
I'm gonna sue you. I've got so many lawyers. I'm gonna have you disbarred. No, wait. What do they call it with the shrinks?
A revoke license.
I'm gonna do that.
And who will believe you? You're crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Then why are you here?
This isn't over, Santa.
Your mom and I are flying to St. Bart's in a couple of weeks to get married. And we'd like to have you and your sister come and attend the ceremony.
Are you serious?
Oh, why? We'd really like to have you both there.
This is wrong.
Deliciously naughty, yes I know. But I've come to terms with that. Why don't you?
You call this helping people?
I've helped some people. Not many, it's true. But honestly, most people really don't want to be helped. What they want is someone to whom they can tell their darkest, their dirtiest secrets. And I must admit, delight in hearing them.
Be ready, Santa, for a legal shitstorm of biblical proportions!
I see you when you see that.
I'm out of here!
I saw mommy fucking Santa Claus.